To back up your WebFOCUS database repository into an XML file that can be transferred over to a different machine, there's a simple way using the database tools, utility repository tools in WebFOCUS. So my repository actually is stored in SQL Server. So let's create that one. So to start with that one, there's a bunch of files. So you have to go to the WebFOCUS client, where WebFOCUS client is installed, and there's the WebFOCUS folder, utilities, and there's a subfolder called WebFOCUS repository, utilities, and in there's the WebFOCUS repository command line, shell for Linux, or the bat file for usage in Windows. There's one thing you have to double check first. So going one level up, there's a folder called set environment, set env. So looking into that one, there's two batch files as well that you might want to look at. So if you open them in Notepad, you're going to see those are the two files. So usually there's not much to change in here unless you change the directory. The other one is more interesting. So double check your Java entry. If that one is correct, double check the jar file that points to your repository DB. Make sure that one is still correct. And in addition, there's also the WebFOCUS MR admin and password in here. But more important, there's the Java options in here. So by default, that's going to be 512. So that's relatively low. If you keep that default, that's the default. If you keep that one, it might fail because of lack of memory. So you get an out of memory exception in the utility. So increase that one to a higher number. So whatever you want to take, as long as you got enough memory on your machine, feel free to pick whatever fits your system. Save that one, make sure it's saved. And now we can start a command prompt on the WebFOCUS client. So go to the command prompt, run that one as an administrator, and navigate to your WebFOCUS folder. So it's going to be CIBI, WebFOCUS client directory. Then it's going to be utilities. Then it's going to be the repos utility folder. So if we list that folder in here, you're going to see there's a repository command line. So it's start that VF repository command line batch. Again, make sure to run the command prompt in administrator mode. Execute that one. So in here, you could now create tables, recreate tables, insert data into tables, or you could even drop your tables. Don't use any of those because you're going to mess up and you're going to destroy your repository. So if you want to export data, use only option 7. So hitting 7, double check it's really a 7. Hit return. It's going to ask me for the repository user and password, which is in my case SA, and my password. So now I'm running that one. Depending on the size of the repository, that might take a little while. Again, if that one fails because of a memory issue, increase the Java setting even more. So again, it's going to take a short while. Now we're done. If you go back to your folder, there's the repository utility, and there's a folder called XML out, which contains a backup of your repository. So now I can, of course, zip up that folder and its content, move it to the new machine, and import the content to the new machine. If you want to import it